Ciao tutti! I am so excited for you to join me on this journey of gratitude stories, where I gather stories of others who have had gratitude expressed face to face, how it's made a difference in their life. You can make a difference every single day expressing gratitude. Join me on this journey. Don't wait to express gratitude today.
Ciao a tutti, it's me, KP Speaks, and today I have Ivy League, John Ivie with me, and he has been in the tech industry for so long, but what's amazing is he was tired of just working for everybody else and he decided to work for himself. John, will you tell us a little bit about what you do and what the Ivy League is?
Yeah. Hi, thanks for having me. So I help companies manage their revenue strategies. So I'm like a fractional chief revenue officer, and that's Ivy League kind of was founded with the idea that startups bear a big burden in hiring talent on the sales side. And so I help them provide executive talent on a fractional basis.
Okay, you break that down
I help
really
people
simple.
make money.
You help people make money. I think everybody likes that kind of person. So, what kind of companies, are drawn to you? What kind of companies hire you?
So it's kind of been two distinct groups. A lot of them are startups, right? Because it's like they need a $200,000 a year executive on the revenue side, but can't afford it. They come up with, 5 or 6 thousand a month. And most of them mistakenly hire their first salesperson who they can't manage and don't know what to tell them to do. And then the other group of people that hire us are usually companies that have been around for a while and who've done fine, and they've just lived off referrals and have lots of business, but haven't figured out how to scale. And so they need to turn it over to somebody else. And a lot of times it's a single owner, operator, founder who's kind of never had partners and doesn't have to get out of their own, doesn't know how to get out of their own way. So those are kind of the two groups that end up working with. Mostly we do business to business technology or technology related service types of sales. Anything from digital marketing to IT and telecom. Software as a service is really kind of our bread and butter, but we've sort of worked everywhere. It's been really interesting to see who's come to us and who we thought we would seek out and who we end up really enjoying working with. So it's been interesting.
So, if you could pick one of your favorite projects that you've worked on, if I know you usually have to have client confidentiality, but what would be maybe one of your most maybe intriguing, one of your most intriguing projects?
So one of my favorite projects I worked on was probably most recently, and it was with a team. So that's really where I like to be involved, is where they've got a team together. They have talent sort of collected, but they don't know what to do with them. And I'm able to kind of direct that talent and help align the strategy with the people that they have. A lot of people don't understand that the value of their workforce is, is relative to what they're trying to create. And so if you look around the table at the people that work with you, you should build your strategy around that and around your clients, and not around, just a bunch of ideas you have. So that's been really fun to work with teams and really help leverage their talent to a high level and see companies grow really quickly. And really, I just get to be the catalyst. That's been the most recent favorite project we've done.
Cool. So, I've got you here not just to introduce you to the world, but also this is Gratitude Stories. And I feel that gratitude is obviously something that is spread throughout every single aspect of our lives, including when we're in corporations or when we're working through the day. And I wanted to know what role gratitude has in your life personally.
Yeah, great question. I think that is kind of the essence of partly why we started our business. I sat down with a guy after like my seventh role as a VP of sales in a startup, And the company had kind of like failed to produce results on the software side, or their technology just wasn't there. And I sat down with a guy named Matt Moody, who I was just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Like, I've done this so many times, I feel like I'm going in circles. And I didn't know the guy. He took me out to lunch. It was first time sitting down with him. He made 7 or 8 different intros for me to different companies that were either looking for someone to hire, or, he thought would be a good lead for me. And from all those interviews, I started realizing that I could help all these companies and not necessarily have to work for any of them. But just for somebody to take the time out and like single me out and say, yeah, I'm gonna, and like pay for my lunch and like make a bunch of intros to me, hardly knowing me. It's that kind of goodwill. And look, you better believe, like, anytime Matt's doing something, I'm like, hey, how can I help? Mm-hmm. But to me, that's the essence of like our business. Goodwill, to me, to Ivy League, is as good as capital. So we're always looking for ways to connect people, to help them find, the next thing. People who's like, oh, I just got let go of my job, or, someone who has talent who I can see, like, or they're like starting my own thing. We're always going on our way to try to help those people. I think it's kind of that pay it forward sort of mission. So that's, I think, goodwill is in a way gratitude, in reserve. It's something you can't spend, you know what I mean? It's not like currency in the fact that I can call someone and say, hey, I did this for you. You just have to hope that it comes back. And that's kind of the mission of goodwill. Anyway, so that's, I think, the essence of our business right now.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think that so many people don't realize the power of, simple gesture like what Matt Moody did. And look at where you are now. You have your own company, you're thriving, and because this man took time to take you to lunch and introduce you to a few people. I mean, really, that took maybe a couple hours of his day. A couple hours, and you have a business, and you're able to help hundreds of people, which continues to ripple because you're helping these business owners, which is helping them build their businesses as well. So, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. I'm getting chills because of it. So, just those couple hours. And in fact, I was wondering if you've ever had someone express gratitude to you face to face where it's impacted your life.
Yeah, gosh, I can think of a couple of times, but recently, I guess I wasn't it was both face to face, but I was just in one of my church communities in a meeting, just kind of talking about some of the things that I'd been experiencing. And one of the other gentlemen there wrote just a nice thank you note to me, left it in my mailbox. And of course, later told me in person just that what I was, experiencing, the things that I had thoughts on were really impactful to him. And I don't know, that's never happened to me, right? Like, I thought that was really interesting. And it made me think about, like, gosh, like the little things that happen to me, the way I share my life with people, and the way that I experience or share my experiences, like, can have an impact. That's a big deal. So, and I've been sharing content on LinkedIn for a little while, mostly because of Lindsey. She makes me. But because I'll be having a thought, I'll be like, well, this is why these problems exist. And she'll, you got to make a video of that and post it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine. And so I start sharing those things, and I get a lot of feedback, mostly positive. People in my inbox who are just grateful, like, oh, that really helped me, with this deal I was trying to close, or I wish I had heard that, 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. So I get a lot of those, not necessarily face to face, but in my inbox, which I really appreciate.
Awesome. So to wrap everything up, I would love to know if you could have anybody in this universe in front of you right now, who would it be, and what, to thank, to share gratitude face to face with, who would it be, and what would you say to them? Act like they're right there in front of you. What would you say to that person?
Oh man, that's a big one.
It is, I know.
Now we're
kind of like an Oprah moment, Yeah,
I mean, like, I want to say Matt Moody, but I already sat down with Matt Moody. I've taken him out several times to say thanks, but and I guess you can never say thanks enough. Who would I, let's see, in this universe, who would I give a big thanks to right now? Recently, you know what? I'm going to say Christy Holt. I just had a meeting with her yesterday, and we connect on a lot of levels because we're doing a lot of the same things. We just didn't know it. And it was like one of those, hey, I don't know why we're meeting, but I'm pretty sure we're all in the same kind of thing. And anyway, she opened some doors that we've been looking forward to for a long time, and it was really exciting. So
if she was right in front of you, what would you say to her?
Well, she was right in front of me, I guess. And I didn't get the chance, but I was like, hey, maybe I should text her. But now we'll say it here like this. I would say, thanks, Christy. You were really helpful, and not just because you thought there was alignment with our two companies, but because you said you went out of your way to figure out what we're doing, and went out of your way to figure out some of the challenges that myself or clients had, and really went into your own network to find a way to solve that. And I really appreciate that.
Awesome. That was really genuine and sincere. And I know that if she were there, she'd be feeling the feels. And when she watches this, she'll also feel the feels. Thank you, John Ivie, for being with me for Gratitude Stories. And I know that those who watch this will have learned a lot about taking that time to maybe take somebody out to lunch and introduce or connect somebody with someone, expressing gratitude face to face, and that it's never too soon or too late to express gratitude to somebody. So I wish you the very best. And do you have anything else you'd like to say, or how can people get in touch with you if they want to, get your expertise or get your help?
Yeah, anytime. Advice is free. That's about all it's worth most of the time. I give advice all day long, and people go, well, now what? I got all this great advice. What do I do? That's usually when you got to hire somebody. But I'm happy to give advice. So find me on LinkedIn. You'll see me, John Ivie, Ivie, not IVY.
Right. Do you have a website as well?
We have a landing page, basically to reserve the domain, but I wouldn't go there. LinkedIn's our best. LinkedIn's your best bet.
All right. That sounds
Thank
great.
you, though.
Thank you so much, John Ivie. And we will, I'm sure I'll meet you someday in person. Have a fabulous day.
Likewise. Thanks for reaching out. You too.
Thank you.
All right.